Welcome, curious minds, to a chilling exploration into the abyss of one of the darkest chapters in criminal history. Today, on Cloaked Criminality, we unravel the haunting narrative of Jeffrey Dahmer, a name that echoes with infamy and sends shivers down the spine. Beyond the surface of notoriety lies a complex tapestry of a troubled childhood, gruesome crimes, and a psyche that defies easy comprehension. As we navigate through the unsettling details of Dahmer's life, we aim not to sensationalize, but to understand the intricate layers that compose the psyche of a man whose actions shook the very foundations of our understanding of human nature. Join us as we peer into the shadows, seeking not only answers, but also a deeper awareness of the factors that can lead a person down a path of unimaginable darkness. Viewer discretion is advised as we embark on this somber journey into the heart of darkness. In the dimly lit corridors of Jeffrey Dahmer's early life, shadows of dysfunction and disquiet emerged. Born in 1960, Dahmer's childhood was marked by an unsettling blend of suburban normalcy and an undercurrent of familial turbulence. Raised in Bath, Ohio, he grew up in a seemingly ordinary household, yet behind closed doors, the cracks in familial foundations were quietly expanding. Dahmer, as a child, exhibited peculiar tendencies. Amidst the backdrop of his parents' tumultuous marriage, his fascination with dissecting animals hinted at an early manifestation of a disturbed mind. His parents' divorce when he was a teenager further deepened the fractures within his already fragile world. As he grappled with his sexuality and struggled to fit into societal norms, a sense of isolation enveloped him. The seeds of Dahmer's later atrocities found a fertile ground in these formative years. His transition from an isolated teenager to a notorious serial killer was not a sudden leap, but rather a sinister culmination of a troubled past. In comprehending the genesis of his darkness, we confront the unsettling reality that beneath the veneer of normalcy, seeds of malevolence can quietly take root and flourish. Dahmer's early life serves as a haunting reminder that the shadows cast in one's formative years can shape a destiny that is both tragic and terrifying. Jeffrey Dahmer's murderous spree unfolded as a grotesque symphony of horror, each ghastly note echoing through the corridors of infamy. From 1978 to 1991, the ordinary facade of his life in Milwaukee concealed the heinous acts that stained his hands with the blood of 17 victims. His victims, primarily young men, were lured into his grasp under the pretense of companionship, trust, or financial incentives. Dahmer's gruesome acts of violence were not a random sequence, but a sinister pattern of brutality. The depths of his depravity knew no bounds. He drugged, strangled, and violated his victims before engaging in acts of necrophilia and dismemberment. The morbid echoes of his crimes reverberate in the haunting details, the preserved body parts, the chilling Polaroids capturing the macabre aftermath, and the silent witnesses of a house turned chamber of horrors. As we confront the grim details of each murder, the sheer brutality defies comprehension. The lives extinguished by Dahmer were not just numbers, but narratives, extinguished potential, and stolen futures. The chilling reality is that behind the veneer of normalcy, a predator lurked, preying on the vulnerable. The murders serve as a harrowing testament to the fragility of human existence and the monstrous capabilities that can emerge when darkness takes hold of a troubled soul. The narrative of Dahmer's crimes is a haunting descent into the abyss, a stark reminder that evil can wear a deceptively ordinary face. The wheels of justice began to turn, albeit belatedly, when the authorities finally closed in on Jeffrey Dahmer in 1991. A routine police patrol uncovered the gruesome reality concealed within the walls of his Milwaukee apartment. What initially seemed like a routine disturbance call transformed into a ghastly revelation as officers stumbled upon the surreal horror of dismembered remains and a putrid stench that permeated the air. Dahmer's arrest marked the beginning of a legal odyssey that would expose the depths of his malevolence to the world. As the trial unfolded, the courtroom became a crucible where the prosecution painted a vivid, unsettling portrait of a remorseless killer. Dahmer's defense, on the other hand, sought to navigate the murky waters of mental illness, aiming to define the fine line between evil deeds and a mind unhinged. The trial became a spectacle that gripped the nation, with the public struggling to reconcile the banality of Dahmer's demeanor with the heinous acts he committed. Ultimately, he was convicted on multiple counts of murder and sentenced to life in prison. The legal aftermath served not only as a reckoning for Dahmer's crimes, but also as a chilling reminder of the fragility of justice when faced with the inconceivable depths of human depravity. Jeffrey Dahmer's psychological profile unveils a mosaic of torment and disturbance. His outward demeanor, often described as unassuming, masked a turbulent inner world. Experts observed a complex interplay of factors contributing to his deviant behavior: severe isolation, unresolved childhood traumas, and a profound struggle with his sexual identity. Dahmer's penchant for control and domination over others reflected a desperate attempt to assert authority amid a life marked by chaos. Psychologists probed the recesses of his mind, revealing a fractured psyche where fantasies of dominance and submission spiraled into grotesque realities. The insatiable urge to possess and preserve his victims emerged as a manifestation of his profound insecurities and a desperate pursuit of a twisted sense of connection. As the layers of Dahmer's mental landscape are peeled back, one confronts the unsettling question of nature versus nurture, contemplating the interplay of genetics, environment, and the haunting impact of unaddressed psychological wounds that paved the path to his descent into darkness. Dahmer's case stands as a stark reminder of the intricate web that weaves the fabric of a disturbed mind, unraveling not just a criminal, but the unraveling of a human psyche gone terribly astray. Jeffrey Dahmer's gruesome saga became a macabre spectacle under the scrutinizing lens of media coverage. News outlets, grappling with the balance between sensationalism and responsibility, dissected the chilling details of his crimes. The public, hungry for the morbid narrative, was both repulsed and captivated by the unfolding horror. Dahmer's trial, broadcasted into living rooms across the nation, turned into a grim form of entertainment, a grotesque theater of the macabre. The media's portrayal at times overshadowed the gravity of the crimes, reducing complex lives to sensational headlines. As the public grappled with the unsettling reality of a monster in their midst, discussions swirled around the boundaries of journalistic ethics and the impact of such coverage on society's psyche. Dahmer's case serves as a cautionary tale, not just about the crimes committed, but also about the responsibility that media bears in shaping public perceptions and the delicate balance between informing the public and sensationalizing tragedy. Jeffrey Dahmer's descent into prison life was a stark transition from the shadows of freedom to the confines of justice. Incarcerated in a surreal limbo, he navigated the harsh realities of life behind bars, where the weight of his crimes hung heavy in the air. As an infamous figure among fellow inmates, he found himself both a pariah and a target, living in perpetual fear. In prison, Dahmer's isolation mirrored the loneliness he had inflicted upon his victims. Yet, his notoriety attracted an odd blend of morbid fascination and disdain from both inmates and staff. The haunting specter of his crimes lingered in the confined spaces, a constant reminder of the darkness that had unfolded. Dahmer's prison journey met a grim end in 1994 when fellow inmate Christopher J. Scarver Sr. bludgeoned him to death. The prison walls, witnesses to his tormented existence, became the final chapter in a life defined by malevolence. The chilling echoes of his deeds persisted even in death, leaving behind a legacy intertwined with the horrors he had wrought upon the world. Jeffrey Dahmer's chilling legacy compels society to confront uncomfortable truths, sparking critical conversations about prevention and the collective responsibility to identify potential threats. His heinous acts underscore the imperative of early intervention in the face of troubled individuals teetering on the edge of darkness. The narrative of Dahmer's life urges us to reassess the blurred lines between isolation and intervention, emphasizing the need for mental health support structures. Prevention, in this context, demands a vigilant society capable of recognizing signs of distress in others and fostering an environment where seeking help is encouraged. Law enforcement and mental health professionals must collaborate to refine strategies for identifying and addressing red flags before they escalate. Dahmer's case serves as a haunting reminder that the prevention of such horrors lies not just within the hands of authorities, but within the collective conscience of communities, emphasizing the profound impact of empathy, support, and timely intervention in deterring the descent into malevolence. In closing, Jeffrey Dahmer's harrowing tale transcends the confines of a true crime narrative, compelling us to confront the fragile boundaries between normalcy and malevolence. The echoes of his darkness linger, urging society to prioritize empathy, mental health awareness, and proactive intervention. As we grapple with the unsettling reality of his deeds, let us not only remember the victims, but also acknowledge the sobering lesson his life imparts. A call to vigilance and compassion in a world where the shadows of human complexity may hide the seeds of unspeakable horrors. Dahmer's legacy challenges us to be guardians of humanity, vigilant against the encroaching darkness. As we conclude this somber journey into the twisted psyche of Jeffrey Dahmer, we're reminded that understanding the darkest corners of the human experience is not only unsettling, but crucial for fostering empathy and preventing future tragedies. If this exploration has left you reflecting on the complexities of human nature, consider sharing your thoughts in the comments below. Subscribe for more thought-provoking content that delves into the intricacies of true crime, psychology, and the human condition. Hit the notification bell so you never miss a chance to broaden your perspective. Thank you for joining us on this unsettling yet enlightening exploration. Until next time, keep questioning, keep searching, and stay curious. Together, let's uncover the secrets hidden in the shadows.